Alright, so hey guys, recently my tutor has shown us a short film that was made about 5 years ago. It was level 2 media students and they did a film about competing with each other. And obviously, during my time watching it, I felt the fact that obviously it was very intriguing and very interesting in some way because it was like very, what's the word, very smart in the way it was produced. And obviously they all had their own roles and it was different characters and everything, and it had a different story to it. But the thing, my favorite part is the end, when they're all sitting in the room and then the whole time they're watching it to make it look like a flashback scene in a movie, or to make it look like an actual concept of like a fight. So there were mostly boys in it, which I stereotypically think that that's the reason why they did fighting in it. But obviously, for the whole thing of it, I think that it was very like, if a group got together now, I think that they would be able to make it as well, because it's really easy to make. It depends, but obviously the idea that I have is different, and our script that we're doing in my group is different as well. So obviously, it's gonna turn out differently in most ways. Also, um, in relative to the one we watched, I actually liked it. I think it was really good, and I think it was humorous as well. It was really funny, and the boy as well, so funny as well, and the fighting scenes and everything, and also like the editing stuff was the stuff that was actually in the real movie. Like I said to you, at the end of the actual project that they did, we see Carl and all the classmates looking at the board, and they all look at the board to make it look like they've watched it, all of it, throughout the whole thing as they act it. But obviously first they show all of them acting in the scenes, and then they show at the end of them all watching the smart board to make it look like they all watched it at first. Like I said to you, similar to a flashback scene in the actual movie. So it's good that they used real movie elements in them. Also, I like the fact that they were very characterized with what they did. Like, they were with themselves, they weren't trying to be someone else. At some parts they were trying to be someone else, but obviously they tried their best to like be themselves, which is good. But they were all obviously they obviously all were like very, it wasn't stereotypical, but in my opinion, it was more of a guy thing. Like, I found there was more girls in it, but at the beginning, I liked the way the guy, he walked in the college, and he basically it was an edit which was a fast spin from his back, and the camera was at his back, and it was filming him walking forward but fast, and obviously it was like music at the back and everything. I like that bit because I like the fact how that's how it starts at first, introducing one character and then leading him on to his friends, and they're all sitting in a room, basically two by two by two, and they portray the fact that they're in detention. That actually is really good because obviously it's a student thing, isn't it? So obviously it's going to be like that, and also being from an actual student case is obviously, the case of it is that students are actually in the actual in the actual video that I saw of them. They were all really good in their own way. There was some scenes which I found confusing, and I'm just like thinking, what the hell? Because it goes to two boys outside fighting on the field, to a guy dressing like a with a wig on in the middle of nowhere, with a guy threatening him. But obviously, like, there were a few girls in it, but I think the girls could have contributed more. And at the end, all I feel like all the guys took control of this, and like, but obviously with me in my group, ours is about horror scenes, so ours would be, no offense, but I think ours would be much more better in the concept to what we think. So obviously when we start filming and everything, and when we start doing it, it will be fine. So it won't be as bad as like I'd rate the movie that I watched 8 out of 10, but I think ours would be the same thing. Like, it's only, you can only try your best, can't you? But obviously, I think that with ours, the script would be really good, and the movie, our script is good anyway, but our movie, we're going to try our best to make it really good and realistic as possible. Considering the fact that we've got fake blood and it's about a murder scene, a murder mystery and everything, and it's all about that life, you know what I mean? Like the student life, but the horror movie life. So just get a knife and then cut yourself, and that's it. That's the Mexican Horror Story for you. Sorry, I meant the American Horror Story. And yeah, so yeah, and then yeah, and then basically, I honestly do think that with my movie, with our movie, I think we could make a really good one, considering the fact that we're doing it at night, and in the summer that the project they did, it was filmed in summer, so obviously it got late, dark late, but because it's winter now and we can wait till late, it's fine, and it will make the horror movie more realistic, because obviously most horror movies and stabbing scenes take place at night, unless you're from Luton. So obviously, it's very typical, the fact that they all did their own thing, and to be honest, I think they did a really good job for the first time, and it did take long to put together, but that's fine. But with ours, we got a little amount of time, but obviously we will get everything done, and everything will be good in our scenes, and it will all be very, like, it will all take long, but it will be very convincing, and also it would be very it will all be put together very well, and it will all be together, like, it will all be realistic, and obviously will be edited and animated, but that's up to us, whatever we want to do. But thank you very much, and thanks for watching my journal, and yeah, see you later.